Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel. K-Days here. A big breaking news yesterday that Diogo Jota tragically Diogo Jota yesterday Diogo Jota died at the age of 28. Just passed away yesterday with his brother as well, Andre Silva. But all wishes to his family, his 3 children, and his mother and his wife as well. Even though he just got married, probably in somewhere around June or whatever it is. So but very breaking sad news for Diogo. Very sad news as a Liverpool fan as well. I remember these memories that Diogo Jota scored a last goal thriller against Tottenham Hotspur, and he was doing, and then the years later he was doing that crocodile celebration against Ipswich 2024-25 season at Portman Road. But anyway, all wishes to his friends and family as well. But rest in peace, mate. Even though he was died in a car crash, a car accident in Spain. But anyway, let's do my Premier League 2025-26 predictions on the tier list. Starting with Arsenal. A lot of people, Arsenal are just keeps bottling it every single season, but they need a striker if they want to challenge for a Premier League title. But I'm gonna go somewhere in the top 4, top 5, but I'll put them certainly in 3rd place as well. And next up, let's talk about Aston Villa. Aston Villa last season just had a good run to the Champions League quarterfinals, like a good effort, eventually losing out to PSG, and also Aston Villa, also a semi-finalist, losing out to eventual champions Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. So and Unai Emery done a fantastic job over the last 12-18 months or so. Qualified for the Champions League. Recently, but to be honest, I'll put them in 6th or 7th. Up next, AFC Bournemouth, of course. Let's talk about Bournemouth and Delo Aleo. A lot of people thinking that they are around. Last season, Bournemouth were around in the battle for Europe, I suppose, but they finished somewhere around 9th, 10th, or 11th, or whatever. But I put Bournemouth in higher mid-table. As for Brentford, no Thomas Frank, this season. Thomas Frank has gone to Tottenham. But who is the manager for Brentford this season? That is going to be a question, I'm sure, whatsoever. So, the next Brentford manager will be Keith Andrews from Republic of Ireland in Dublin, a 44-years old from Dublin as well. But I put Brentford in at number 16 for me. And then at Brighton, I put them at number 11. Put them at 11th, I suppose. Put them at 11th. And for Burnley, of course, Burnley, of course, got promoted from the Championship last season, finishing 2nd, just missed out on the title on goal difference. On 100 points with Leeds United, will just come on for a sec. But I tipped Burnley to go down as well, going straight back down. And Chelsea, of course, Chelsea, of course, good to see them back in the Champions League for the new season, of course. Even though they're still going strong in the FA Cup, World Cup, just finished 4th as well. A steady enough progress for Enzo Maresca's team, but I put Chelsea in number 5. As for Crystal Palace, you know, a bit of surprise package, I suppose. A lot of people, Crystal Palace will never want a silver, but they beat the way they beat Man City in the FA Cup final. That was unreal. But I tipped Crystal Palace to move up to number 14th, somewhere in 14th, and I put Everton replacing Sean Dyche, David Moyes, of course, for Everton. They've got a new stadium now, especially the great memories of Goodison Park last season. But this season, 2025-26 season, new stadium somewhere in Bramley Moor Docks. But it would be a good season for Everton, that's for sure. But I put them in number 12, and Nottingham Forest, of course. Nottingham Forest just qualified for the Europa Conference League. They had a fantastic season. Many months ago, Nottingham Forest was challenging for a Champions League spot. But Nuno Espirito Santo had a great job as well. But I think Nottingham Forest will be a force to be reckoned with as well. I'll put them in 9th. And Fulham, of course, number 30. And I put Fulham in number 13th. And Leeds United, wow. I tipped them to stay up, of course. Really, to stay up. But I suppose Leeds United, at 100 Premier League points, of course. Just won the championship last season. But I just put them to stay up, of course, somewhere in 17. And Liverpool, of course, from Liverpool, of course, the Arne Slot. We lost Diogo Jota yesterday, but there was heartbreaking news. But I think Liverpool will go back to back. Just smashed 216.5 million. No Trent Alexander-Arnold this season, of course, but he's gone to Real Madrid, and he's just signing 4 or 5 players. But I think Liverpool will be champions, that's for sure. And Man City I tipped Man City to finish second, I suppose. And then Manchester United, I just tipped them to number 7th. And Newcastle United, Carabao Cup winners. I expected to finish somewhere in the top 4, I suppose. And then Spursy, the winner of the Europa League, they sacked Ange Postecoglou, and then Thomas Frank just stepped in as a Spurs manager. I think they'll need to improve. Surely they've got to improve, otherwise they'll be in big trouble. I tipped Spurs to number 8. Sunderland, I tipped them to go down. Wolves, I tipped them to go down, and West Ham United, tipped them to number 15th. So that's my Premier League. That's my Premier League 2025-26 predictions for the Premier League season. Leave on your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye. And don't forget, we've got the Poland Darts Masters, of course. Before you get into the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, including Luke Littler defending his title, starting his defence against Karol Sedlacek, Michael Van Gerwen, Perry Lubitsch, Chris Dobie in action. Johnny Clayton will face Krzysztof Ratajski. Stephen Bunting will face Titus Kanik, and Rob Cross will face Krzysztof Kachuk. Nathan Aspinall will face Radek Sajansky, and Gerwin Price will face Sebastian Bielewski versus Gregory from Hungary. And leave on your comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Peace out.